EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans.
Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints. Kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here's Wilson to throw right away. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the linebacker, Demario Davis.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, Winston. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
Tell me I didn't just see these first two possessions. I mean, is this one of those cases of anything you can do, I can do
better?
Maybe not better, huh? Worse? Yeah, just a little bit. Very sloppy start. I think maybe a case of the nerves for both teams.
And now we're back to an even playing field. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, one great way to judge a defense. How do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there in the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 38, Wilson. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
There's a reason to talk about guys are often captains of the defense. They call the signals. They have the opportunity to affect the game in coverage, against the run, and, of course, on blitzes. Living the best of both worlds here. Already has an interception. Now he gets to record a sack, too.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 45 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the 1st down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Credit that sack to Marcus Davenport.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now Wilson off the play fake. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Now the man who broke Saints fans' hearts, Greg Zuerlein, on for the field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Play fake. Winston. Looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jameis to throw it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Zerline good with a PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
The Saints take over 1st down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, it's Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
On 3rd down, Winston. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Cameron Jordan who came in and got him.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
Here's Hardy set to return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here first and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On second and 10, Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now Winston. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he's going to take this one back. Scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Corey Davis, 37 yards. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
17. Saints nothing. Brayton Mann to kick off for the Jets.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up first and 10. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That play unable to get started thanks to the defense of Quan Alexander. First try for the right arm of Dalton here. Over the middle, complete. That's Thomas. The Saints on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to get this down near the 25. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the Jets are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Well, partner, I would say just avoid play action, but that's not just been the problem. This defense, they've been getting pressure on all types of pass plays and really piling up the sacks in this contest.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
That's DeMario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss.
On the slant, he's got Davis.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back in the 24. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
That was a heck of an effort to stop him just short of the marker, but now they're going to need another big play on 4th down on defense, I believe, because offensively, they went from 3rd and long to now it's a go situation here on 4th and inches.
Going for it, it's Carter.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And Dalton to throw.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10.
A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? Another chance for Dalton. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Dalton.
They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up?
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And they will have a 1st down as they are definitely in field goal range now, down at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be a 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome. Let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will... at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a 6.
They run it again with Kamara.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Winston's throw caught by Olave.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave.
51 yards.
And the Saints have got it back to within a score.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. So what did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 30 on 2nd down, Winston on the check down. He finds Kamara. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Winston to give, it's Kamara. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Jermaine Johnson there to bring him down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the Jets are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Again on second down.
They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Calling no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. And they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They'll give to Hall.
And some room to run now. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Zerline now for the PAT. And the lead is up to 14.
Is good. Makes the score Jets 24, Saints 10. Brayton Mann to kick off for the Jets.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup game starting to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston now. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Alvin Kamara wheeling it in on back-to-back plays.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Again, it's Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration is settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Paul want to give up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Here's the Jets punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Thomas.
Complete to Michael Thomas. It's a gain of 5.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
All again on second down.
The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play. To hopefully.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
All again on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Hall.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or two. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And the Saints will have the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every